I love municipal bonds. Municipal bonds are really fun. Fun, 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 fun. Municipal bonds, come and enjoy.
There has always been a philosophical question in regards to governance that asks if leaders are born or are made. In regards to United States municipal public finance and municipal bonds, this question is absurdly irrelevant and laughable. Even in its most simplistic and traditional version, the U.S. Muni Markets were always unique. And unfortunately, they have developed into an even more unique marketplace that is more and more Wall Street manipulated, weird and funky. There is no way a politician is born knowing about or understanding municipal bonds. Utilizing Machiavelli as an example, it is not as if Machiavelli, as a baby, could have stood up in his crib and proclaimed, "Mamma mia, I want to borrow the money to pay for development and construction of that new palazzo," by issuing taxable private purpose municipal revenue bonds backed by sales of premium wines from our new vineyard, which we will then follow with an interest rate swap. And, hey, let's do it not by competitive sale but a negotiated one. See Bellissima. The confidential truth and unfortunate reality is that it is difficult for current-day U.S. state and local political beings, even if they are educated adults and reasonably intelligent, to naturally understand nor quickly learn municipal public finance. And because there is little understanding or educated knowledge, it is clearly even more difficult for our state and local government leaders to navigate or control, nor resist the Municipal Bonds Industrial Complex and Wall Street influence on public finance and the municipal bond markets. What is even worse is it could be said that most, if not all, state and local government leaders know little to nothing of business nor finance at all. Those who can claim backgrounds in business most often delusionally presume they know this thing called public finance and municipal bonds. But they do not. Yet they will all proclaim they will be tough with Wall Street on the issuance of municipal bonds, and make demands and somehow get a better deal. But this is not possible. They are not qualified to be tough on Wall Street. They would not even know how to begin to demand a better deal. How could these politicians and government leaders be tough on Wall Street when, in reality, they still need to learn municipal bond basics, such as the difference between a general obligation bond and a revenue bond, or the difference between a competitive sale and a negotiated sale? It should also be said that most politicians are not capable of being tough on Wall Street. Maybe a government leader has learned something about U.S. municipal public finance and therefore is more qualified, or maybe a politician has zero understanding. Irregardless, they are probably not capable of making demands of Wall Street. Being capable is different than being qualified, and most are just not capable. This will be explained in future episodes. So how do politicians who become our government leaders learn United States public finance and the municipal bond markets? If they are not born, then how are they made? Sadly, it could be argued that our politicians never really learn anything. Mostly it could be said they at best attempt to quickly grasp the mere traditional basics of public finance and the Wall Street process of issuing municipal bonds. And then, to varying degrees, they all just seem to quickly and mentally detach, and leave all the public finance and municipal bond details to their Wall Street financial advisors and Wall Street handlers. What is worse is that our state and local politicians and government leaders then seem to take on the roles of champion and cheerleader on behalf of Wall Street and the Municipal Bonds Industrial Complex. It's like a cult. Whatever the problem in government or public budgets, the answer always seems to come back. Let us borrow more money by issuing municipal bonds. That is the solution to our problems. And let us make those municipal bond new issues even bigger. Why borrow millions when we can borrow billions? And let us issue not traditional municipal bonds. Because why be normal? Let us issue weird and funky municipal bonds. It is as though our politicians and government leaders do not want to appear stupid or uneducated or unknowledgeable to their Wall Street handlers. Or perhaps they have hopes of being offered a high-paying and easy Wall Street job when out of office. So they go along. They agree with everything. And even proclaim how wonderful all this weird and funky municipal borrowing stuff is. All the while, they have absolutely no idea what the hell these weird and funky Wall Street municipal bond products are. Nor do they understand the public financial considerations. Nor do they think about the long-term harm on the public good. So is there hope, you ask? Are there any bright spots? Can we hope to get our politicians trained and educated in the ways of government and U.S. public finance? In truth, there are well-known and even famous schools of government. They have existed at major universities and institutions for decades if not longer. And there are more and more government education degrees offered every year. But if you think this is a sign of hope, you would be tragically mistaken. It can be argued these schools of public policy have not only made public finance worse, but they have developed into an important part of the cult-like indoctrination that is the Municipal Bonds Industrial Complex. Next on Harvard Kennedy is like a cult. Part 2 Captain Municipal Bonds offers a course suggestion to the Harvard Kennedy School of Government. Its title, How Not to Be Wall Street's Bitch.
I love municipal bonds. Municipal bonds are really fun. Fun, 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 fun. Municipal bonds, coming at you.